Welcome to the Double Chins Wagon podcast, where Rae and Lindsey discuss the absurdities of being millennial moms in rural America and the challenges of living authentically. Please leave a review, subscribe, and interact with us by visiting doublechinswagon.com. Now we hope you enjoy the show.
There's just so many things. I think that next year she'll end up doing sideline and competitive.
Oh,
I don't know.
There's two different versions of cheerleading.
Yes. So sideline is actually at the games.
Yeah.
And then competitive is a choreographed routine.
Yeah.
That you do specifically for judging and competition.
Meanwhile, Charlevoix doesn't have cheerleading at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there just not enough interest?
I guess not. We really don't like girls here.
Yeah, we really don't. We hate women. It's fine. I love that for us.
What is Liam doing?
Like, Liam would like to note that he loves women.
Of course he does.
Especially me.
There's a lot of reasons that he should love you.
It's true. I put lotion on his feet, for starters.
That's the main reason that he should love you.
Yeah.
Did you do that before you married him?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, it seems like I would have.
Okay.
That was an interesting response.
I'm trying not to be judgmental in this new era of ours.
Good of you. It's clearly proving to be a little bit of a challenge.
Like, I'm basically going to explode, which is why my eye is currently trying to eject itself from my body.
You're
Something
doing so
is off
good.
balance. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're doing so good. So good. So yeah, she's doing the play and competitive cheer simultaneously. So it's a lot.
Is she trying to kill you?
Maybe. I don't know
That's
anymore.
Exciting.
It's fine. I am glad that she's doing or trying lots of things. It makes me happy. I do appreciate that she's not just like being a lump on a log somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
so there's that.
To me, Calliope comes off more like a Daria type, not a cheerleader type. So I really look forward to seeing how this goes.
She cheered before. Yeah, she did sideline before,
and
not in high school.
Just like her mom.
Yeah, and her biggest complaint about cheer was that I was her coach. So,
well,
because I'm mean, I'm not. I'm just gonna own that now. I'm not a nice coach. I have this weird thing about holding kids accountable. And apparently that doesn't go over so well.
No, because the way, everyone hated you. So
yeah, which is actually only partially true. Like, most of the girls that I coached really enjoyed, because I didn't make it fun. It wasn't all work. The bigger problem was parents. It always is.
That's usually exactly.
Yeah. So that was, but my departure from coaching has led to many other wonderful things.
Absolutely.
So it was clearly just the right time for me to switch gears. But yeah, so now she's doing competitive cheer, which, for the record, I will not get sucked back into coaching ever again. Just
Amen.
Say that right now, universe. Not doing it.
Powers that be.
I got too many things on my plate already. Yeah. And also, Calliope doesn't want me to coach, so I'm not going to do that.
Perfect.
Just seems like the right answer all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need more work.
No. I barely have a handle on the work I have right now. And it's a very tenuous one. Basically, I have oily, buttery fingers and I'm holding onto an oiled, buttered bar. So there's that. That is also moving constantly.
When you said that, I pictured that shredded butter in
whiskey.
yeah.
Yeah. I actually want to try that. I think it sounds kind of neat. I mean,
It does.
worst case scenario, it's like a boozy flavor to something that I put butter on. But I do
Or
actually,
best case scenario, it's buttery booze.
yeah, which does sound actually really
It
delicious. I'm
does.
gonna go buy some nice butter today. Obviously, you have to use good quality butter
You can't just
to
use like
really
the
get the
99
best out of
cent
it.
kind. Yeah.
Well, I think to get the best out of it, you
Right.
have to use a higher quality butter, which I'm into anyways. I'm
Kerrygold or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a
A butter
butter
snob?
snob. I'm pretty particular about my butter. I like to make it too and put fun
What?
stuff in it. Yeah,
You churn butter?
sometimes, yeah.
What do you use?
Heavy whipping cream.
I mean, do you have what contraption do you use?
Oh, I have a jar that's got like crank turner thing. Do you want me to go get it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go get it. It's so simple. Anything. Yeah.
So
So
how
you
long do you
put
have
your
to do it? Hours?
no,
What?
I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes. The thing is to let your cream sit out and be closer to room temperature before you start churning.
Mm.
And then it comes together faster. And then you use the little paddles to like get the extra moisture out and to form it.
Do you put salt in it or no?
Yeah, I put all kinds of stuff in it. Salt, garlic, chili. I put chili powder in one.
Do you put Meredith Jane in it?
Maybe. Maybe.
Sneaky way of putting a little pep in your step.
Get high with your broccoli. It's delicious.
Your morning toast.
I haven't in a while because I'm just not very, because you actually have to like you got to
Yeah.
cook it in it.
Yeah.
So I would have to make the butter and then cook that into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done that in a while, and it didn't turn out that great the last time I did it. So that's a skill that I need to work.
Well.
But maybe this winter, I don't know, well, just I gotta really work on those domestic skills because pretty soon
My
that's all I'm gonna
God.
be allowed to do. I'm having the hardest time this week. I do know why. That's true. I was gonna
Why?
say I don't even know why, but I think I do. It's been gray and grayling for days.
Is that
And
why they named it grayling? No, I'm just joking. It's after a fish, just for
today I
clarification.
would believe that. Yeah, it is after a fish that we don't have in our river anymore.
Right.
We're trying to bring it back. We are genuinely trying.
Good job, DNR. Keep trying.
Every year they make progress. Yeah, so I have regular depression and then the election happened. So that got bad for a little bit. And now it's been gray here for days.
So now,
And so my sad is setting in.
seasonal depression.
Last night I had a crying fit. Liam and I were just like sitting here, chilling out. We got high. We watched Lucky Numbers 11 because it was Monday, so it was High Movie Monday. And then we watched Taskmaster. And we were watching something else. I don't know what it was because I got very caught up in my own thoughts.
You were busy disassociating again.
I was. It occurred to me, I'm really excited to have Christmas party. We throw a great party on Christmas Eve, and I love it so much. It's such a good time. It's so much work, but I love every second of it. And arguably, the last spectacular Christmas party where I felt like I was at the peak of my game and all the things went right was 2018. In 2019, my sister died. 2020 got canceled for the Rona. 21 was a blizzard. 22 was when our friends got divorced. And then last year, I got COVID and had to cancel it. So I was sitting here thinking, getting excited full disclosure, it was on the cut list because we've had some struggles in our house, like, and so we got news yesterday that we don't have to cut it.
Yay!
Yes. And so I had mentioned it to Liam. I was like, hey, I got to work on this. And so it was decided yesterday, I don't have to cancel Christmas party this year, which I'm very happy for. I genuinely am, because I love that party so much and I have missed it. When I did cancel it last year, it was really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Like freaking sad.
I was not okay.
Right.
And so I'm very excited to have it back this year. And that caused me last night to kind of like eye roll into, what if this is the last great party I get to have? Like, what if by Christmas next year we can't afford it? We can't gather. What if everything has melted down? And I know that's super catastrophizing. Trust me, my rational brain is like, it's not going to be so bad that you have to cancel a party, but it probably won't be the same.
Mm.
So, yeah, so I had a full meltdown, panic attack, sobbing, could not get my thoughts together. I just laid down on the floor with crippling anxiety. It was so stressful to me last night.
I'm sorry.
And I woke up this morning not feeling any better about the situation. So I just, in one of the group chats today, so the girls here in town, and they were all so nice and so supportive. All right, well, if you think this is going to be the last one, let's fucking blow it out of the park. Let's do it up. Like, so I am looking forward to that. I hope it's not the last good one.
It won't be, Rae. Come on now.
So,
listen, we are not giving power to people who don't deserve it.
Yeah, but what if I have to spend all of my time and money in the resistance?
Part of the resistance is continuing to live a good, normal life to the best of our abilities. Seriously, it has to be. Because if we disrupt and ruin ourselves as an attempt to resist, that's shooting yourself in the foot, right?
I hear getting shot is very painful.
Yeah, it is.
It's not on my bucket list, just in case anyone was wondering.
It's not on your bucket list?
Yeah, no, I have no desire to get shot.
I just had to triple check because you never know.
Yeah, there's weird stuff on my list. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to excel and continue to be fucking awesome. That's the best way. So don't churn your butter. And
I like churning butter.
Curl up in a ball. No, fuck that. Put your bonnet away.
It's just a matter of time till we're not allowed to work outside of our homes.
No, fuck that. It's only 4 years. It's only 4 years. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot can happen, but then a lot can be undone.
I will say a lot of the cabinet nominations that I've been seeing pop up,
oh my God,
have reminded me that those people are too stupid to get anything done.
Absolutely. That we are legitimately living through a real life comedy series.
For anyone who hasn't watched Idiocracy.
Exactly. Like, I don't know how they haven't done a reboot of that already. I mean, maybe the original is perfect.
Yeah.
But that is really what we're doing right now.
It is the life we are living, which is wild because I remember in 2016 watching that movie and being like, here we are, guys. And
not
somehow,
thinking it could get worse.
Yeah. Somehow it has gotten more true.
Unbelievable.
astounds me. Yeah, everyone is always like, ooh, I want to live a movie life. Not this movie, you fuckers. You're picking the wrong one. We've picked the wrong movie. I don't understand. It's a ghost. Liam the ghost.
Boo.
The other morning, we were at breakfast and I called him Billy and asked him to hand me the salt. And he straight up ignored me. So finally, I was like, William. He's like, what? I was like,
I want to
salt.
call him
He was like,
Bill
oh, you're
Burt.
talking to me?
Bill
Yeah.
Burt.
It's because we were hanging out with our friend Nick, who also calls him Billy, because they like grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
They've known each other 1,000 years. And so then he says only since 8th grade.
That's 1,000
That's
years.
still like an eternity. So yeah, I was just like, I mean, like I sometimes call him Billy anyways, like just for giggles.
Yeah.
But because we were hanging out with Nick the night before, I was doing it a lot. And I think I finally pissed him off.
Don't let him go far, because I have a question that he might be able to comment on.
Liam, come closer because Lindsey has a question for you.
Bill Burt.
Bill Burt.
Have you ever heard of the Gibraltar Trade Center? Shit. Well then, never mind. My experiment is over. Carry on.
What is it?
Well, it used to be this very large, basically indoor flea market in Taylor, Michigan. And it was a cultural mecca of downriver white trash people. You would have to pay, I think, 50 cents to park your car, and you would go in this place and there would just be all these vendor booths that would sell things like oriental rugs, and they would call them that, leather coats, airbrushed.
It was like a giant flea market.
Yeah. Airbrushed license plates and t-shirts and shit like that. You could get hamsters. Just all this random shit.
A fucking hamster?
I mean, other pets were there too. You could get a tattoo if you wanted.
Golly.
It was, you know, those joke Pure Michigan commercials that people made a little while ago. Did you ever see any of them?
No.
Okay. I'm going to find one and I'm going to show you. Because there's a new feature on here where I can do a screen share. Oh my God. And it will give you a taste. So the reason why I bring it up, because basically what you are talking about with your fears of everything that's happening in our country, one of Trevor's friends, that he's also known for 1,000 years, had a status update the day of the election that said, America is the Gibraltar Trade Center of countries. And it's so fucking true. Oh my God. Okay. I think this is it. Hold on. Oh my God. Why is there always an ad?
I really need to finish my quiz. I got one.
Jeez.
We have to do 5. And music I'll just hodgepodge music together. I'm not worried about that. One's always easy. I just won't do a theme for music. Ooh, maybe I will though.
Okay, are we ready for this magic?
Do it. Let's do it.
This is also, everyone that's watching, my roots. This is where I grew up. So here we go. Okay, here we go.
From Taylor to Trent, Rock to Rockwood, Downriver is known as the fashion capital of Michigan. Stores like Marc Jacobs and Calvin Klein cannot hold a candle to the hub of fashion, which sits directly across from a Hooters. It is the Gibraltar Trade Center. Here, fashion trends of the world begin. It's where many men will don the jean shorts, which is frequently accompanied by a tank top. This is the perfect ensemble to show off a tattoo. The bigger, the better. Here in Downriver, you're never too old to have a tattoo. And if you don't have one, you'll quickly be labeled as a homosexual. Because here, They even tattoo their cars. But the clothing and skin art mean nothing if it's not topped off with a mullet. Because, like a mullet, downriver life is business in the front and party in the back. And they do party, not by doing drinks or dancing, but by gathering around to watch a muscle car burn out its wheels. But ultimately, it's just an excuse to assemble together and trade fashion tips, as men and women do their best to resemble their fashion icon hero, Kid Rock. Downriver fashion. It's pure Michigan.
My God.
So, it didn't really talk much about Gibraltar Trade Center, but you got a
I get the point.
super classy. And that is America versus the world, in my opinion. Like, that is what we've become. Downriver / just a bunch of fucking rednecks in jorts and
Yeah.
with
Well,
tribal tattoos, roided out. Oh my God, what the video I sent you yesterday, I think in Instagram, where what did he call, like, roided out Randy or something?
Yes. Yeah. It's like, no, like Roid Rage Randy or something. Yeah.
That man is so funny and so articulate.
I do enjoy watching his.
Mhm.
Like, you're not an idiot. I love this. I want to talk about my ridiculous not being extra situation right now.
Okay.
So we were already talking about this yesterday, and maybe this is what prompted me to have my meltdown about Christmas party. So Tosh is like, hey guys, we should do Friendsgiving. We're like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. And so we all have a short chat about it, and we decide that's going to be on Saturday. We'll do it a little later in the day. One of my kids is going to have to close the shop so that we can go. And JT says, hey, can we keep it kind of chill? Yeah, we'll watch a movie.
It's JT. Why wouldn't it be someone like that to poop on a party? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Hold on. He was actually very nice about it. So I'll defend him here in a second, because he was actually very nice about it. So we're like, yeah, it'll be super chill. We can all watch a movie. So about half of our group has not seen Lord of the Rings. And so we were like, we'll just make it like Grazy style. And JT has these big blank walls, big white walls in his basement. We'll put the projector up. We'll all get cozy and we'll watch a movie, just chill out, right? And so we make this plan last weekend. He and I were at Rolling Oak, and I suspect Liam was there with me. I don't know, probably.
Even if he was,
like,
you might not have known he was there, right?
That's possible,
Because
to be fair. So he looks me in the eyes and he's like, Rae, really, can you just not make this extra? And I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, I know it's a lot of work, cooking and getting things ready and like planning and trying to coordinate the people. I know it's a lot of work, and I know you have a lot of it ahead of you with regular Thanksgiving, because Tasha and I are the same, right? Like,
yeah,
we both are super extra about shit.
Yeah.
I just got home from Atticus's birthday. We just had Christmas walk. Friendsgiving this weekend, actual Thanksgiving next weekend. Then it's Calliope's birthday. Plus, in the middle of all that, like, my kids are in activity. There's an endless number of things to do. Okay. And I run a retail business, and it's the holiday shopping season. So he was actually trying to be really nice. Sure, we'll keep it not extra. I was trying to
so he
gently
was trying
not
to be
commit.
very nice. Okay, I'm sorry I was shit talking. I'm really sorry.
So I don't know how to do that, though. I genuinely do not know how to do that. And so later that evening, I was talking to Sharon. We were just sitting at the table playing a game.
Since we're not supposed to talk about people and use their personal names as
Oh, yeah, I
much,
forgot. Well,
maybe
Sharon's
we
been on the
should.
show, so she gets to be
I
Sharon.
know. Yeah, maybe I could say we could refer to them as the royal family.
The royal family. No, Sharon's been on. She's stuck with having her name
Okay.
on here. Our husbands were there. I was like, also, JT asked us to not be extra. I was like, he was trying to be nice, but Sharon looked at me. She's like, you almost said that with a straight face. Good job. I was like, yeah, that's not a thing. And so we were talking about how we're going to watch Lord of the Rings. And I was like, oh shit, we just have to make this Lord of the Rings. That's it. That's what we have to do now. We've now themed Friendsgiving for literally no reason. The only reason
Yeah.
we're doing this is because JT was like, maybe don't. He's
Yeah,
like, take it
because
easy on yourself. And
right.
now we're going to make it extra hard.
It's just like if you tell a kid not to touch something because it's hot, they're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good intentions, but he just doubled down on it being more extra.
Yeah. So then immediately, obviously, I'm texting Tosh and I'm like,
Yeah.
babes, we gotta. And she's like, fuck yeah. I was like, we're not telling him. Obviously, we're not telling him. We're just going to show up. We're only using recipes out of the Lord of the Rings cookbook. So there's that, which Sharon's already like texting us pictures from the cookbook so that like we all know what we're supposed to be making. And by we, I mean Sharon. We were talking about this last night. She ordered a curly wig and a
Oh my
cape
god.
to take to Jason's house so he could be
Oh my
Frodo.
god. My god. Wait. This
So I
Okay, hold
ordered
on.
myself. So Liam ordered himself a cape so that he can also be a hobbit with Jason, the tallest person of our group. The two tallest people are going to dress as hobbits.
Perfect. Can we
And so
also like, okay, how perfect that you looked the way you did in the meeting we just had.
I know,
Because
that's what I was thinking about when I did it.
you need to somehow make that real. And also, I'm gonna maybe take a screenshot and print that shit. And oh my god. But okay, the other day, I just have to say, because this was a prompt that I was actually going to bring up just randomly, but now I get to because we're talking about this. Some friends of ours got kittens the other day, and they were named already. One of them's name is Bilbo.
Nice.
And he's like, we have to rename this cat because I'm going to call it Dildo.
As you should.
But also, seriously, I would have the same problem. And
Nah, I would just call it Dildo. I would not
yeah,
rename that cat. That
Bilbo
cat would be
Dildo?
Bilbo Dildo. Yeah, absolutely. For
I'm
Shoresies, that
sorry.
cat would be Bilbo Dildo.
That needs to
Without a
be
doubt.
incorporated into someone's get up for your weekend. I'm just saying.
I will work on that. I will work
Okay.
on that. Yeah.
Okay, carry
So
on.
yeah, then I like as we're having this conversation, do note this was during High Movie Monday. So these are all technically ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're so good. Sharon has now ordered JT costume that we're just gonna take and be like, this is for you. And so then naturally, so his lady friend, who is also in our friend group, she also doesn't know that we're doing
Good.
this. She
Good.
definitely knows that we are up to something. Like she can tell, partly because we're bad at surprises,
Mm-hmm.
but also because she asked me specifically like 2 days ago. She's like, oh, so we're doing Friendsgiving. What do you need me to bring? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah, you just got to make sure JT's house is clean. Like, and she was like, okay, we're not being weird, right? I was like, no, super chill. Everything's gonna be great. She was like, yeah, I don't believe that. So she definitely knows something's up because I'm bad at surprises and yeah, but she doesn't know what. She's the shortest in our group. I got her a crocheted Gimli hat that's got like the beard and the... So she's going to be like the war dwarf.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited. She's a super badass though, for realsies. She does like weightlifting and
Oh, wow.
bodybuilding and stuff. So she's a legit bulk person. Like,
Did you get her at Costco? Sorry.
bulky. Bulky? I should use all of the letters in a word.
That was such a stupid joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's very funny. We're going to run into a wizard problem because I ordered myself some Hobbit feet slippers. So they're super hairy and really big. I'm so cold everywhere I go. So I always take slippers when I go over there. It just worked out that I'm going to have slippers to take. And I've got a couple of cutesy peasant dresses and whatever. So I could be hobbity pretty easily just out of my closet. But now I feel like I might need to be a wizard.
I mean, do what you gotta do.
I do think that now that I've had like my meltdown about like party anxiety and these being the last great parties I'm gonna ever get to throw.
Stop.
Because
That's not
everything
true.
in the future now I'm just gonna have to like draw
No.
pictures. I'm not gonna be able to read anymore. Not gonna be allowed.
You're talking about all the people that voted for Trump because they can't think for themselves. Sorry.
I'm just saying.
No. No. You're like, it sounds like you're giving up and I don't like it. Stop.
Okay, well, I'll try again tomorrow.
You can. I mean, it's okay for you to feel defeated. It's okay to have an off day, but you can't give up.
I just need the sun to come out. I think that might help.
You should come to Charlevoix because it was out yesterday.
You know what Liam said to me this morning? It clearly did not look okay. And he was like, how you doing, babe? Let's just do a little check-in. Because he is a nice husband. And I was like, nah.
I just thought of something. Keep going.
Not into this. I'm not feeling it. And I was like, my depression was already kind of bad. And now it's just dark and the sad has set in so early. This feels so early to me. And I'm sure it's compounded like by the other stressors of the month. And he's like, baby, you just need some vitamin D. And I looked at him sideways and I was like,
oh my God.
You mean like an actual vitamin or like some Liam vitamin D? And he was like, actual fucking vitamin D, babe. What do you think I am, a perv? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
I don't have to think it. I know it.
Yeah. But he was actually genuinely trying to help. And you're just jumping to conclusion.
And here I was, just like you did to JT earlier.
We're the worst, aren't we?
Yeah. So he was like, let's up your vitamin D. And I was like, of course you would say that.
Did you get yourself a happy light?
No. I have one of those sunrise alarm clocks.
It's not enough.
Okay. Get a happy light. Got it.
I'm gonna come visit you with a sad gift pack. I'm coming.
You want to come to Friendsgiving? You have to dress like
you're
in the Lord of the Rings.
Because I'm not going to be properly prepared for the theme.
It'll be a good time and you will be missing out.
It's true. Maybe I shouldn't be stupid.
Mm-hmm. You can even like you can half-ass your Lord of the Rings things.
I don't even know where I would start.
I mean, you could start by like, asking the internet. I could also order you a hat and you could be a dwarf.
Just try to dress like that wizard we saw in Ypsilanti.
Yeah, perfect.
So my husband was trying to be nice recently, which is not normal. And
interesting.
He got me a drink from Bigby and brought it home. Even Calvin was excited. Daddy got you a drink. And then he brings it in to my office. He's like, here you go. And I'm like, that looks weird. And he's like, yeah, I didn't think it looked right either. And he got me something that I never get because he ordered the wrong thing. And I would have drank it, but it has Red Bull in it and I can't stand Red Bull.
Oh.
So I was like, I really appreciate the thought, but will you drink this? Because I can't just try to power through it. This is gross. So
Yeah.
that was cute, but
That is cute.
it didn't work out. And I feel bad.
Well, I mean, you can't win them all.
No. I wanted to, because of something that happened last night, I wanted to bring up a topic that I feel like you might have some things to share about, and we could probably go back and forth on. Funny things that you have either been a part of or witnessed during public meetings, real life Parks and Rec stuff.
I have such a love-hate relationship with public meetings.
There's something about every single public meeting I've been to almost where it's like, is this really happening right now? I just,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost as if it is a scripted comedy show.
At one point, I had a gentleman, Lindsey, you've probably heard this story before because I absolutely would have talked about it when it happened. At a public meeting, we had a gentleman genuinely want us to tear up our downtown and reorient it like a square with our county and city administrative buildings in the middle, like our courthouse in the middle, and then all of the businesses around it.
Is he from the South?
I think maybe it wasn't like a strong accented obvious thing, but he spent several minutes explaining to the room why this was a good strategy and would improve our community and that we all just needed to buckle down and pay for it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, sir, no, thank you. I really appreciate your feedback, but that is not possible right now with the resources that we have available.
Right.
But thank you for your input.
I appreciate that you care. Come back to us when you have an actual good idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's definitely one of the weirder things. I guess it's not even that weird, but it's stuck in my brain as like, why?
It's pretty outrageous.
Yeah, like what?
That someone was his reality. Did he actually think that someone would be like, all right, let's do it?
Maybe. I don't know. And he didn't seem like he was very clear and he wasn't crazy.
Are you sure?
I feel like he's working with a full deck. He's just using it real weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like full deck and maybe he left the jokers in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That is what has happened. That is a fair description of what has happened. I was watching this meeting. I didn't go to it live. But I was watching the recording of a couple years ago, I guess it was, when everyone was doing those Second Amendment things.
Yeah.
Proclamations or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were calling them. And so one was here in our county and I was watching the recording as it was happening because I absolutely was not going to go into that building. No, thank you. But I did want to, be in
entertained.
The know.
Yeah.
So there's one person, and this person actually still does this at meetings sometimes, where they just start reading the Constitution until someone cuts them off, until their timer is cut off or whatever. That's just what they do. I really appreciate people participating in public meetings, and I don't ever want to dissuade someone from going to a public meeting. But if you don't know what you're talking about, please don't.
Kindly sit the fuck down.
Just keep your mouth shut. Just like sit back and listen, watch, take in the process, learn some things.
Yes, learn.
Be informed. Get informed about what's happening in your community. But if you don't know what is being discussed, maybe just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Don't
So
just stand up and talk uninformed.
right out your butthole. None of
Yes.
us want to hear your shit. None of
Literal
us.
shit.
None of us. Yeah. We've done some workshop planning things
Mm-hmm.
where some goofy stuff always comes up. Like everyone always wants a freaking roller rink, which BT dubs I don't disagree with. I would love a roller rink. I love roller skating and I can't do that here, but also not productive. So
Okay, this is going to be great. So the meeting that I went to last night, they posted online. I'm so excited
a
because
little dumb thing happened and we're about to get to watch it.
it was magically awkward.
Yay!
Okay, so let me set the scene. I am so fucking excited.
I'm closing my eyes so that I can visualize to the best of my ability.
Well,
Let's do
okay,
this.
so this is the city of, and I was going for a presentation that had been requested by the city manager to then present to their council, which put us there last night, not knowing that we were going to end up presenting during the very first council meeting after their election, which means their brand new mayor, who has never run a public meeting in his life, who happens to be what I thought by looking at him was 95 years old. Their planning commission and city council passed a news ordinance that allowed duplexes to be built in the city. Right. This also allowed for accessory dwelling units, or granny flats, or whatever someone wants to call it.
Like a mother-in-law cottage or some
Right.
shit.
It has a lot of
Super bougie.
second homeowners, or maybe some of these homes are someone's third or fourth home, who knows? But a lot of people that live there, it is not their primary residence, and they're only there in the summer. And those people, therefore, do not vote, right? Because it's not their primary residence. It's not where they're registered. So that also comes with, in Michigan, paying more taxes because it's not their homestead. So they don't get to vote, but they pay more taxes. And those people feel slighted when a big decision occurs and they don't have a say in it. So it's hilarious that I got to present the very first time to this council right after that shitstorm happened, knowing damn well that they've got a lot of their own problems. And here we are trying to be all positive, and it's just not the right time. But seriously, it took 11 minutes for this meeting to go off the rails. And it's because the order of how to handle approving the consent agenda, that's where they got hung up. And it's just painful.
So in the easy part in the front.
The easy part. Yes.
The literal just go through the motions part. Cool.
Oh my God. So I'm going to share and try to focus on the good parts. The meeting ended up being 2.5 hours.
I have to pick up sis for therapy.
I know.
I do want to see this go off the rails. Just for the record. Absolutely want to know what the fuck happened.
It was so embarrassing.
Mr. Mayor, with all due respect, I don't believe we're discussing the motion that was approved by City Council at our last meeting. With all due respect, I don't think that's a discussion item right now. I think we're talking about whether we are going to approve the consent agenda. You suggested pulling the minutes. Mr. Whitaker said he could do that. view those again, or the recording. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't think we need to discuss something that, is not on the agenda right now. With all due respect.
As soon as this guy started saying
Jesus.
with all due respect, I was like, oh, fuck.
This is about to be over.
Yes, so if that's the path council wants to go, we can approve the consent agenda, everything excluding those November 7th minutes. In order for me to have the time to look at it, watch the recording and amend if necessary.
You're not
So
going
we
to
can
look
bring it
at
back
it.
to
The
council for
clerk is going to.
next meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Your motion for that?
Well, the motion would be when the consent agenda is approved, to approve the items in the consent agenda, with the exception of the November 7th minutes.
And then everyone just sits around.
Guys.
My name's Bob Michaels. I live just outside
This
of
part.
town, but I live in town a number of times. And I've been building here in town. And I agree with what Tom said about, we've been working under the zoning code and it's been fairly successful. There are bumps and problems arise, but they seem to be worked out one at a time. I hope everyone understands the impact that the no zoning permit act.
The fuck are they even talking?
What a big impact that has on my industry, which we create quite a bit of income in town. We support a lot of families.
Is this a
with
board
jobs
member?
And
No, it's a random
supplies
person
and
in the
that, and
audience.
this just puts
Okay, this
our
is just
business
this
on
is
hold.
public.
Just
Got it.
random
And
guys
I'm sure
stood up and
everybody
started
here that has
talking.
their own business, or if the doors are closed one day, what do? I also have legal obligations with the bank, several owners, and contracts that are time, they're affected by time, and you don't pick up 35 days in November and December and be able to meet your obligations. So I personally just don't see any problem with on the way we have. If there's needs changes, fine. But meanwhile, I've been working on a particular permit where we split 3 lots, and it's been 6 months. And I finally got my financing and Thursday, and then
Wait
I
for it.
just on Friday.
I believe, excuse me, sir, Mr. Mayor, I believe that we've had already a time for citizens' comments for items that were not on the agenda. And I would ask that you recognize that and follow the order of the meeting. We are discussing the motion to approve the consent agenda. With all due respect, I ask that you do that, please.
Please sit down and shut the fuck up.
Yes.
That
I'm
let me
not,
just translate that for you.
I'm not leading the meeting. I don't know if we're done discussing the consent agenda.
We're not going to discuss it until you make the motion.
I'm so embarrassed for them.
So, I will make a motion to, approve the consent agenda.
So then
Great. Fucking finally.
after they do that, that man, as they were making the motion, that stood up and said all that shit, he just walked out. He didn't even sit back down. He just left. Oh my God. Yeah.
I don't expect everybody to know how meetings work. But when there's an agenda that is clearly displayed,
I know.
it should be easy to follow along.
Good. The interesting thing is then the city manager, bless his heart, did an orientation for the council
That's nice.
during the meeting. in so much detail that we went all the way back to when the Michigan legislature passed bills allowing for the establishment of the village, the city charter, and all the job descriptions of all the people that work there. Everyone in the crowd sat through this. Isn't there another way that this can happen?
That should be a work session thing.
Open Meetings Act. My God, it was just all the boards, and it was well done, but it did not need to be during a council meeting.
Yeah, that's a work session thing.
Exactly.
That's a training thing. Like,
Yeah.
you have to post those, but you don't have to do it to the public.
Right.
That's not the time.
No. So
Cheese and
then,
crackers.
for the sake of,
And as a city manager, you should definitely know that.
I guess, I don't even know if I'm embarrassed to have this part, but I'll just play the beginning of my part because it was so tense and awkward. And let me tell you, that room was full of pissed off people. I had to kind of break the tension a little bit.
Let me try it for a while.
What? Let's see.
Two of us, and Shelley is supposed to go first, but I just want to set the tone because of circumstances. So now we find ourselves in front of you right after a big to-do. And certain circumstances make it a little awkward, but I promise you that our presentation is purely an update regarding what we are doing and has nothing to do with current circumstances in your fine city.
It was so when I did my part of the presentation, we were told to talk for like 10 to 20 minutes. I think maybe we were 15 minutes max. I don't know why we were given that much time because it really didn't need to be that long. But I could hear an old man.
Wow.
While I was talking, I heard in the background, I heard someone say, "This is stupid. How long is she going to keep talking?" Someone just said that. And it's like, did you forget that you're in public and why are you talking so loudly? I can hear you. My God. So anyway,
Manners don't matter anymore.
public meetings are the worst. And
They really are so wild sometimes.
what the fuck was that?
The
I was
last
gonna
public
say-
meeting I went to was here in town, here in Grayling. I went to a planning commission meeting about a incoming project that is unpopular. And I feel like our planning commission got lawyered, and it was difficult to watch. It was uncomfortable. The situation was there was some poor communication between our planning commission and city staff regarding the details of a situation. There was a court order, and our wasn't quite given all of the information relevant to have this discussion. And when the property developer showed up, they brought 3 lawyers with them. And the city didn't invite theirs.
God.
So what happened in this meeting is they learned new information that I suspect that what they should have done is not taken action that day.
Mhm.
They should have said, we're going to table this. We need to review these new things. The lawyers that were there were like, no, you can't, which was not accurate. Basically, they just got lawyered. The board did. And it was hard to watch. And as an audience member, because I do respect the rules, was in a position to be like, actually.
Yeah.
And so they ended up getting their project through. which I think ultimately would have happened anyway, but I don't like how it happened. I don't feel good about it. I don't think they should feel good about it. I think they're going to probably have some struggles in our community with how they've treated us throughout this process, because they're putting a project in right by it's a fuel station right by the river. Yeah.
What kind? What brand or whatever?
It's Christ.
Oh, it's Christ.
Yeah. They've actually sued us twice over this already.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
The first time they took legal action was to overturn a decision made by Planning Commission. And then the second time was to redo what they had overturned. Yeah, it's so dumb. Like, I don't want to talk too much about it right now until more of the dust has settled and we can circle back to how ridiculous this process has been. I mean, obviously you can go read the minutes or whatever from our meetings. I do think we could have put this off for another year though.
Wow.
But instead we're going to hyperspeed polluting our best natural resource.
That sucks. I wonder if they suck all the time or just specifically in Grayling.
You know, I haven't heard a lot about them in other communities.
Yeah,
they seem to be
here.
Yeah, seem to do good business. They seem to, generally speaking, be good community partners. That has not been our experience so far in Grayling. And I think a lot of it just comes down to the location that they want to be at. They're being shady about it.
Yeah, what exactly?
The scenario is bad.
Where is it road-wise?
On the business loop, right across from the park in Rae's. So literally right on the river.
Because you guys need another gas.
And we already know that that's contaminated.
Right.
Mistakes have been made, and we're paying the price now. Our river is going to pay the price.
That sucks. That really sucks. You can't undo a lot of that. And they're trying to bring back Grayling fish. That's not going to help.
So now we just have to hope that Eagle puts the screws to them. And
I doubt it.
That's how I feel about it as well.
They're more reactive than proactive. Because, for example, the shit that I'm dealing with all the PFAS that is still going into the groundwater. Well, everyone has water filters and we give them water bottles if they need it. Okay.
The township here is still dealing with that.
Yeah. What the fuck?
And I don't know the details on this because I'm obviously a couple steps removed from Grayling's workings right now, but there's some conversation about expanding city water to mitigate that situation in some of our surrounding communities, which would be great. I think that would be really helpful. We've already got an established system. No need to build a whole new one. And it's not in that we've done updates and repairs to it consistently over the last 10 years. Like, the system itself is in pretty good shape. The year I moved here, we did a huge water project. My street was torn up for almost a year. A glimmer of hope. One of our community members, she got a new job with Eagle. And so right now she's having a little bit of a twiddling her thumbs transition because she worked for an environmental, they did reporting and testing and stuff.
Okay.
So a fair number of projects that she should be reviewing as Eagle are projects that she submitted. Because one of the things that she really wants to see changed there is that proactiveness. It really stresses her out that they're doing things backwards. And so she's hopeful to be able to make some sort of impact there. And I think she's a great lady. She's an excellent community member. She's smart.
I wish her luck because there's a lot of bureaucracy and old ways to cut through.
Yeah. My alarm just went off to tell me to go. I do really have to go.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
I still don't have a bra on.
Okay, bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bang, bang. Goes the
If you like this episode, episode, please remember to subscribe to our podcast and head to doublechinswagon.com to learn how you can email or call our hotline to share your thoughts on our recent discussions. We love to interact with you and are always looking for guests as well. Thanks so much for listening. Now go and live your best life today.